another movie review tonight, and I've just finished watching this film. Not an old, very old film, but very good film. It stars Judy Garland. There's a bit of a colour, and there's a film called The Wizard of Oz. Now, you see on Blu-ray. I was shocked at well, it still looks great. This film looks great on Blu-ray. It really does. I love the effects in it. It's like the effects have aged pretty well. Some films age badly, but this film still looks great. I was shocked how well done the effects were in this film. They must have really pushed the limits on this film, because I mean some of the effects are like wow. I was like wow, that's pretty incredible. And it's about this girl called Dorothy, played by Judy Garland, right? And she's great in this, by the way. She's fantastic. Well, she lives with she lives with her aunt. She lives with her aunt and uncle, right, on this farm, you know. And she has these friends on this, you know, work on the farm too, who actually turn later on to pop up in the Wizard of Oz, and I'll explain that later. As you know, these guys, yeah, they actually are, you know, it's like, I love the way they do that. The friends out there, and you know, it's fantastic they do. But yeah, and she plays this young girl, right? Of course, she's young, and she has this dog. Of course, she's having trouble with that woman who she doesn't like, right? And she doesn't like her dog, right? And she wants to, and the dog I think the dog bites her, sort of, right? And she's, you know, she pops up at the farm, right? And she rides this like bike ride, and you can act this it has this kind of music. You straight away think, yeah, that's the witch, you know. Of course, she turns out to be the witch in the Wizard of Oz. She actually plays two characters. I like the way they do it, the way she plays the witch and she plays the normal person. It's like that. It's like some of the people that she knew actually go to pop up a Wizard of Oz, which I think is fantastic with that. So yeah, it's a good film. Honestly, God, I was like, wow. I love Judy Garland's performance. She's just got so much. She's just a really good actress. She really was. I mean, yeah, heck, she died in 1968 or something. She was quite young when she died still. It's very sad actually, but you know, it's just, I think it was drugs or something. I don't know. But yeah, really good actress too. Still pretty young when she died though. So yeah, I don't know. I think she was about 17 when she did this. 16, 17. I'm not sure. Yeah, because she leaves home, right? Yeah, she meets this guy in the when she leaves home, she meets this guy who, you know, who's kind of cooking sausages in the outback. He's like cooking his sausages, right? One of her dog like eats sausage and everything. It looks like a tasty sausage anyway. So yeah, she of course but then he has like a crystal ball, right? And he starts telling her about, you know, that. You know, about her aunt and stuff like that. She's gonna miss her and stuff like that. And she thinks, oh damn, you know, she's a bit worried about aunt, so she goes back home, right? But the thing is, right, there's a massive like twister outside the house, like a big twister outside. You know, it's like a big. And I was like shocked how good these effects looked in this film. I was like, Jesus Christ, the effects are really good on this film. Honest to God. Honest to God, I thought the effects looked awful, but they actually look really good still. It seems as if they've like added. I don't think they've added the effects and everything. But the film looks so good. It looks so good. I was shocked. I was like, God damn, the effects. And the film is aged that well. It must have been like the 80s. I last watched this film. 80s, about 80s. Yeah, about the 80s. I watched this film. Last watched it. I don't think I've seen it since. So yeah. So it's like a blast from the past. I do remember the music in it. Some of the music in it. So yeah. Of course, when she goes back home, right, when she goes back home, right, they're all like in the storm shelter, like they're all like locked. But the thing is, they're locked her out, so she goes in the house, right. The thing is, right, the house isn't very safe from the twister. So the thing is, she goes in the house, right. She's in her bedroom, right, and I keep saying right all the time. But then the window kind of knocks to her out, and it's like you see the window come out, and I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool." Cool. It's all and the great thing about this film though, the film's all black and white. It's not really full on black and white. It's like kind of brownish kind of colour, but it's black and white anyway. So yeah, I like the way they did the black and white and then the colour when they go pop up to Oz. But anyway, she gets knocked out in the next minute. You see the house kind of flying around like that through the test twister, and the effects are pretty cool in this film. And when she looks at wakes up, what looks for a window, she sees like all these like people and images and stuff like that, and then she's like the woman in it, the woman that she don't like, the old woman, the old woman who rides the bike. Then she turns into a witch. She's like, what the hell is going on? But when the house lands somewhere, it lands right towards the camera. Actually, it's like, psh, it lands somewhere right. When she wakes up, she goes outside. The next minute, she's in like this beautiful place where she meets these like munchkins. There's munchkins that live in Oz. And the house lands on the wicked witch of the east, so it kills her out, of course. So the thing is, alright, then she meets these like all these munchkins. And the next minute, the other one, the witch turns up. The West pops on. Of course, she's all kind of like green and stuff. You ever seen a show called Once Upon a Time? She kind of, oh, actually, she looks more attractive, that one in there, but she's got like a big nose. She looks like a proper witch actually. So yeah, she's really evil. And I love the way she like disappears. It's like this red smoke comes up a bit like Once Upon a Time, and it kind of like then she pops up, then she vanishes. I like the way they did the effects on this film. I was a bit shocked at the way they did it. I was like, hey, really well done, this film is. Of course, now they just use CGI special effects and stuff now, but this film never used any CGI or anything. It looks fantastic. So she has to follow the yellow brick road to the Emerald Castle, with the it's like an Emerald Castle, so it's like a Emerald City, what we call it. And of course, she's wearing the glass slippers now. These like red glass slippers. That red is, I thought they're supposed to be. She's wearing like these glass slippers now. So of course, the witch is after them. Of course, find out later on. So she has to follow the yellow brick road, but to get to the Emerald Castle. Well, of course, on her way there, she meets like I love the music in it. What's off to see the wizard, and I love that song when she goes down the yellow brick road. It's pretty cool music actually. I had me singing along a little bit. This film had me singing along with just a little bit some songs. So yeah, some good songs in this film. I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't like the songs. I really do like the songs, especially Somewhere Over the Rainbow song. Really good song that is. It's a beautiful song. I love that song. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. Anyway. It's a good song. It's such an innocent movie when you actually think how innocent this film was. Jesus. No grittiness, just fun innocence. This film has so much innocence about it. It's amazing. So anyway, when she goes there, she meets the scarecrow who doesn't have a brain. So he goes with her to go to Oz to get his brain. So, but then they meet the Tin Man who doesn't have a heart. So they start singing out. They go. So they go to the. He goes with them to Oz. Wizard of Oz. Of course, then they meet the lion, who's got no courage. He lacks courage, so he goes with them to Oz. So, but when they turn up there, they meet these people in there. It's like all green and stuff like. It's like and they have this like horse ride. They take like a horse ride around. And then there's like on this carriage ride, and it's like it changes colour. The horse does. It's like purple, then it's red. I think it's red. Then it goes yellow. I think it's red, purple. It changes its colour each time. It's pretty cool the way they did it. It kind of like goes on to get in it. You see it change the colour every time. It's weird. Of course, when they meet Oz, Wizard of Oz, he tells them to get the broom off the broomstick off the witch. Of course, they think, well, we have to kill the witch. Of course, when they do go looking for the witch, they go in this like creepy forest. So, of course, the witch is watching them in this massive like crystal ball and stuff like that. So, once she goes indoors, she goes and kind of like puts some spell on these flowers that they got. It's like all these flowers, like poppies and stuff like that. So she goes when they run across the flowers and stuff like that. They start to fall. Both of them start to fall asleep. To the characters, the Scarecrow falls asleep, and the dog and Dorothy starts to fall asleep. Of course, the good witch wakes them up with this snow. It's like this snow she puts on, like this white powdery snow stuff. So that wakes her up, of course. So, but then they get taken by the back. Then you see these flying monkeys in, like, Once Upon a Time, there's flying monkeys. In the other one, it's like it's anyway. So I'll tell you after about that. So yeah, flying monkeys. The flying monkeys are pretty funny actually, pretty cool actually. I like the design on them. I like to see part where you see when she's in the castle, right? And you actually see the flying monkeys outside. All those of them, like thousands of them outside. I think the effects are pretty cool in this. But I do like the effects. It's a cool fantasy movie. This is, yeah. Anyway, they take Dorothy, right? Of course, they've got to rescue her back. The Scarecrow and the Tin Man and the Lion. They have to go and rescue. Of course, they have to infiltrate the castle by disguise themselves as the witches' men. You know, the guards we've called. Of course, yeah. Because when they go in the base, right, they managed to find out where she's locked in this door, right. Of course, she's put the rescuer out the rescuer. They get her out the door, right, where she's locked in. Of course, when they go down the steps, you see the witch. It's like a trap. I think it's the trap actually. I'm sure it is because she's like hiding, right, with her flying monkey things, right. Of course, and that's pretty cool. And then of course they have to escape her, right. Of course, the thing is they do trap the characters. They trap Dorothy and also it's hard doing this fucking review. Of course, the trap Dorothy and stuff like that, right. Of course, the witch tries to set fire to the Scarecrow. Because when it does, right, when she does that, right, Dorothy gets water and she throws over the Scarecrow. Of course, it hits the witch, killing her, which is kind of interesting because you think, how the hell does water kill a witch? But must be the chemicals in the water after, must some kind of special water. Yeah, I like the way she melts. She melts like she's melting. I'm melting. It's pretty cool. I've seen this. The effects, like I said, the effects are fantastic in this film. Of course, when they go back and meet they take the broom back to the Wizard of Oz. Of course, turns out he's not really who he says he is because the dog kind of like pulls his curtain. He's hiding behind his curtain, right? It's like it turns out to be a normal guy. So because the dog kind of pulls his curtain, there's this guy next to the machine. It's like he's using the machine, right? And it turns out to be a fake. But then he starts. Well, not really. He's not really a fake. He just doesn't. He's not quite as powerful. But yeah. Of course, he gives all the characters to what they wanted. Travel, courage and I think his heart and I think his brain. Dorothy wants to go home. It does that for them, but he has this kind of. I like the part where he has this balloon, right? This hot air balloon, right? He's going to take her back to Kansas, right? Of course. This is funny, this part, because the dog jumps out, right, at the basket, right, and next minute she's going after the dog, right, and then and somehow the balloon managed to freaking take off without Dorothy in it. So and it's like no one stops it. They just kind of, oh damn, don't I see? Oh, I've got to go now. So it's like, oh, what the hell? Jesus Christ, don't leave her. Just leave. Just flies off. The balloon just takes off. Of course, when the good witch turns up, she tells her that you've got what you wanted. You know, you got the slippers. The slippers could take you home. Of course, so she does that, clicks her heels a few times, and takes her back home. So yeah, and when she wakes up, she's back in her bed again. But of course, some of the characters, aunts here, and her friends turn up too. And she's saying that you was there, and you was there. It's like, I do remember those moments of the film, of that part where there's just, you was there. So yeah, I love the last part. The last part was pretty cool. I like the part. But then it goes back to black and white again. So yeah, it's a good film. It's like a 1 hour 41 minute film. It's not a long film actually. So yeah, it's a good film now. I admit the effects are really good too. So yeah, great acting from the cast, great music, fantastic music actually. I'd admit the music is so good. It's got no auto-tune. It's just great music. 39 music. So yeah. Man, I was just shocked how good the effects still look on this film. I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, really well acted and great characters. Yeah. I love the scale. I love when you see the scale line when he comes in. He's like Groundlands and that's trying to scare the characters, right? And then she hits him on his nose, right? And he's like, "Oh, why you do that to me for?" And she's like, "Well, it should be, it should be attacking my dog, like." And that's a great scene. And like I said, the characters have got a lot of heart to them. I tell you one thing, they don't make films like this anymore. When you watch, you think, "Wow." I might need to watch films like Choo Choo Bang Man next. So yeah, this film was great. Never see it, check it out. It's an old film, but it's a classic. So yeah, so the rating I'm going to give this film is a 9 out of 10 because I loved it to bits. I bet some people say 9 out of 10. Wow, I thought you liked violent horror films, but I do. I like fantasy movies too, science fiction like Star Wars, one of my favourite movies. But this film was really good. So yeah. So Wizard of Oz gets a solid 9 out of 10 for great acting, great special effects still. And it hasn't aged that badly at all. It's aged pretty well actually, this film. So yeah, and Judy Garland's fantastic in it. I love the Tin Man. I love the Scarecrow. And I love the scare line. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for the Wizard of Oz. Of course, I'll be watching the Return to Oz next. So anyway, watch out for that one. Anyway, before I go off, follow me on the Yellow Brick Road, and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. We'll have to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Da, 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 da. So have a nice evening, guys, and remember to follow the Yellow Brick Road. But make sure you don't, go that way. Or just go on a straight line and make sure you don't run into the evil Queen of the West. So yeah. So have a nice evening. Take care and enjoy the Wizard of Oz review. Bye.